What's the deal? It's your boy J Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything, and we are back with another mail day. I keep saying these things are going to slow down, and eventually they are. I'm getting to the point where I'm now acquiring the top of the food chain for me. Um, I've kind of mentioned this before, like the starting lineups that have the highest price tags are typically dealing uh, with the rations of supplies. You know what I'm saying? There are not many of the starting lineups in many cases outside of the Carl Malone, the John Stocktons, the I guess basically any of the Utah Jazz or the Indiana Pacers and some like very unknown linemen and stuff like that that are worth thousands of dollars. Um, I'm tending to run with the guys that I grew up idolizing from the 90s, you know, the Charles Barkleys, the Jordans, because the Jordans are actually way cheaper than some of the Utah Jazz stuff or some very like players I never even heard of. They have like $1,000 price tags and stuff. But I acquired a few more of the legends that I'm chasing. So I'm also going to give you a little look at some of the stuff that I have coming up next and where I plan on going with some of the figures. So I actually got the figure that I've been wanting the most in football. Um, yeah, so let's get to it, man. Let's switch it over. All right, so here we are. Now, I think I mentioned this before. I plan on buying a bunch of this particular figure here. Anytime they come up and I can get them at a good price and great conditioning, I'm gonna be buying them. And this one right here, they actually have a crease over here, and I didn't see it, but I didn't pay that much for it, so I'm gonna keep it. We have King Griffey Jr. rookie, 1990. Um, and it's it has a crease on it. Yeah, actually, yeah, it has a crease on it, but the cards are actually decent, and it presented well, and it's gonna look good, really good in cases. Now, also, if you guys are looking for cases, I have them for sale. Basically $7 a case plus shipping. So just hit me up if you guys want to buy some, but you have to buy them in tens and 20s and whatever. If you buy 10, they're $8 a piece. You buy 20, they're $7 a piece. So yeah. So next, so let's get into one of these orders that I just had. Now, this right here is one of the biggest busts of all time. I actually wanted to purchase this for a while, but I couldn't find a situation where it made sense to actually pay for it. But this is Ryan Leaf. There was a lot of debate when he was coming out of school. Should he get drafted number one by the Colts, or should Peyton Manning be the number one pick? Now, he wound up, getting hooked on alcohol real bad, pain pills, couldn't handle the pressure, and wound up not making it. But I actually bought a lot, and it had, crap. It had two of these Ryan Leafs. They had a Tamu Solani. I'm not sure if this is his first appearance. This probably isn't. But I didn't really pay a lot for the lot, and I'll explain why. We had a Mark Pryor. And if you guys don't know, Mark Pryor is probably one of the saddest stories or tales to ever come through baseball. He had the most promise. Him and Kerry Wood were the two young studs for the Chicago Cubs. He just couldn't. He got hurt, and once he got hurt, he was never right again. Um, I I wound up getting a total of like 8 figures, but it arrived damaged. This one is open, it's cracked up, but these particular McFarlane toys, I have other plans for them, and I'll show you what else we got. We also have Dontrell Willis, And we have not one, but two. Now, this right here is a part of a project that I have, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I got going on with these before I get to the last figure. I'm a left-handed. I was a left-handed baseball player, and I want to start customizing these figures. If I can find people big and black and left-handed, I can do them for myself. But I saw a guy, he actually does a lot of custom work on starting lineups as well as McFarlane toys, but he stockpiles the McFarlane toys. If he can get them at a really good price, he just has them and has them backlogged. And, if I'm thinking if I can get good enough at, the customization, he actually gets over $100 and some per figure. And he has like a nice little setup, a spray booth, and, he has vinyl, he gets the vinyls and all that stuff. So, I'm thinking about doing it. I have another little work area, a desk area that I could put like a little booth in, and I can start doing some airbrushing and stuff like that. So that's why I paid for this lot. But since they arrived damaged, the guy who shipped it UPS, and it literally, the box was wide open, the figures were crushed. I hit him up, and he was like, "Look, man, just keep it. I'll refund your money. I know that they're not worth anything if they're open." So I actually got these for free. So that actually worked out. And also, if you guys are purchasing these things on eBay, two things: if you're selling and if you're purchasing. If you're selling, you always make sure you disclose every single detail of the figure in your description. What happens sometimes that these figures present well. So like if you've seen this figure, it looks like it has sharp corners. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's not sitting completely flat, but you can't really see that it has this big crease right here. Now me, if I'm purchasing this, I'm looking for excuse me, I'm looking for a certain level figure. And if it's not in that type of condition when I get it, I'm going to send it back. And me sending it back is you having to pay $7-8 for it to get shipped back to you, and you wind up just losing money. So it's like you be very clear with the description if they have any issues. And what I'm going to actually do is start when I start selling these, because I've accumulated around 300 of these now. I'm going to do a picture with all of the issues with the figures, so that I don't run into these issues, and if someone gets it, it'll be exactly what it was supposed to be when they got it. Then next, if you're selling, also make sure that if I was at someone, people have been giving them to me, but they're wrapping them in paper towels, which is a cheaper option than maybe doing bubble wrap. And also, excuse me, never ever ship in a mailer. Always use a box. You can go to the post office and get their boxes for free and just wrap it up. I use trash bags sometimes to wrap up UPS's, the postal service boxes. That way, you're less prone, as the person's going to be less prone to want to send it back if they knew you took great care with it. Sometimes I know I'm going to return a figure once I see it in that mailer. I don't care what it looks like. I already know it's going to be messed up, and every single time they have unnecessary dings. It looks nothing like the description. All right, so let's get into it, man. This one right here is most definitely one of the figures that I've been chasing for a while, and the biggest issue has been finding one at a good price, or one that I was willing to pay, and having one in good enough condition, because I'm starting to realize that with some of these things, having one just to have one doesn't make sense for me. And I actually wound up getting this one for $55. This is no other than the GOAT, Joe Montana, 1988. It's in really good condition for the price. There's a little nick right here, a little whitening at the bottom. and it looked like someone had put a thumbtack or something through it here, but no creases. Little mark here, but I can do this. Like for $55, it's a clean copy, good bubble. So I'm 100% in on this particular figure, and this is my guy. I grew up in Oakland, so as a kid, and Joe Montana, 4-0 in Super Bowls, greatest passer rating of all time in the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. But this is one that I've been really looking for, and I also acquired another GOAT level figure, and it was actually a really good lot. It was a 1988 lot, basketball. It has a McHale, it has a Bird, it has Olajuwon, it has Barkley, it had Ewing, it had Scottie Pippen, it had Kevin McHale, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins. I believe Clyde Drexler's in that, but the other figures weren't the ones that I really wanted. It was the Scottie Pippen. The guy had it up for $350 for the entire lot. The Pippen had been selling for a little over $200 consistently for like the last couple of weeks. I've been looking at it, and I had an opportunity to get the Pippen for under 200, actually for about 125. I passed on it. Had another opportunity to get the figure. Everything was, the figure was damn near perfect, but the card was cut out. So the person literally cut the card out. So and I had the dude send me an offer for 20. I turned it down, and now that kind of figure in that situation is selling for $50. You know what I'm saying? So I missed the opportunity. But anyway, I hit the guy up, and something told me when I check the in the mornings, I always check the basically the sales ads. You know what I'm saying? I go in and check figures sold and purchased and stuff like that, and you'll see every day. You'll see a Jordan sell for 100. You'll see a Pippen sell for 120. You'll see a Kobe sell for 120. You'll see an Iverson sell for 15 and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how is this happening? When is this happening? And what I figured out is that sometimes people you may put a figure up, and like you might have a Jordan and you seen that it's sold for $350. So you put yours at $350, and no one buys yours. So now you're sitting with this figure that no one's buying. And what I think happens is sometimes I think a lot of the people who are selling these starting lineups, they're not really collectors. I think they're trying to flip. And I think if you hit one up at the right time, you'll be able to get a figure at a really good price. So I hit the guy up. I offered him $150. He turned it down. He said $250. Now I almost was about to say, damn, that's a good deal, because what I was looking at, I really just wanted the Scottie Pippen. And then I started looking at the other figures. They had a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Patrick Ewing, Olajuwon, Pippen, Barkley, and who else? I think it was another one, but I was looking at the other ones were a little beat up. So I was like, and I already have I have 4 Larry Birds right behind me. I got 5 Magic Johnson. I got a bunch of them. So I was like, well, would you do 200? He turned it down with no offer, no back and forth. So then I went up to 205. He turned it down again. So when he turned it down, I had no more offers. So then I was like, well, let me hit him up. I was like, what do you want for it? So I was going to pay the $250. I was going to. And then he says, hey, man, second thought. The Scottie Pippen is in great shape, but it's not perfect. Now I might just sell that one by itself. I said, well, look, would you pay? How much would you charge for the Barkley and the Pippen? And he was like, well, I'm thinking like 150. I was very close to just going ahead and giving it to him. Then I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, that Dominique Wilkins, I don't have that Dominique. I have one, I just don't like it. So I said, well, look, how much for the Dominique too? So he didn't answer back. So then I said, he said, I'm going to check the other listings. So I'm like, damn, he's going to look this up and not want to do the deal. So I said, well, look, send me an invoice for the 205 so I can pay for it. So I wound up paying 200. It wound up coming up to $235 because of shipping and taxes and whatnot. And so I wound up getting all of them. So the Scottie Pippen is off the checklist now. This Dominique, the Charles Barkley is really clean. I'm a big Barkley guy, and I'm trying to get as many of those as possible. I think they're very undervalued, and he's undervalued as well as the Patrick Ewing and the Akeem Olajuwons. Like, you can find those Akeem Olajuwons for under $20 a lot. I think I have probably about 6 or 7 of them. I haven't paid a lot for them. I'm not happy with the quality that I have on them, so I'm trying to up the quality level. And what I'm seeing is, with a lot of the 88 stuff, you're gonna have to pay about $50 if you want to get one that's worthwhile. I think $50 gets you a super clean figure if you're patient, because people, they're trying to get, like Isaiah Thomas is not expensive. The Charles Barkley, they'll try to charge you a little bit for. Clyde Drexler, they normally try to charge you for. The Larry Bird, you're starting to see those sell for 30, 40. Magic Johnson, 30, 40. So be patient and, try to find the best possible looking ones. Ask the seller if they're having increases or any issues with it. And don't waste your time getting a bunch of junk. Like, that's something that I had to look at. I have like 4 or 5 boxes of figures that I don't even have out. And I just found 2 more boxes of figures, and those were some of the first ones I got, and they're not in the best shape. So it's like, I really don't want to sell those as is on the internet. I'm probably gonna wind up going to card shows and setting up and selling this stuff at card shows so that I don't have to deal with the back and forth on the internet. So, but yeah, we have that. I also was able to acquire a 1988 Marcus Allen. He was basically the Raiders' stalwart running back, and he and Bo Jackson tandem as one of the best running back duos in the league. But he basically, back then, one running back did everything. You didn't come out the game and stuff like that, but they had Bo and him in the backfield at the same time. So I was able to get that 1988. There's just a couple of more that I need. I now have Marino, Elway, Montana. Looking to get the Steve Young rookie whatever year, but I have all the quarterbacks. Then I also was able to acquire another large haul. I'm gonna keep that one under wraps because I think that one's gonna come in Sunday. But that one has a lot of good 1990 pieces. So hope you guys liked the video. But like I said, I was able to get my guy, Golden Joe. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna keep them coming, and in a little bit I'm gonna have damn near all of the pieces that I wanted, and I'm going to start building more cases for this stuff because I have the equipment for it, or the materials. Start building more cases, and I'm gonna start doing more detailed breakdowns of each figure, give a little history of the players and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know a lot about the players itself, but yeah, so this is the new thing. And until next time, later.